So, I think, again, I had a look at the journal, and we have Shades of the Blight, which is Meet Morrigan, and Something Wrong, Investigate with Evka and Antoine. And then that's that dragon super boss. That's not available. That's not available. That is the super boss at the bottom of there. And again, recommended level for the whatever is at the bottom of that thing is level 45, 35 to 45, and 10 to 40. Just to be clear, we're level 30. So, yeah, that's why those fights have been kicking our ass. But I thought, well, at least let's investigate the Blight, yeah? Let's do that. Talk to Evka and Antoine. I've brought Tash and Davrin with me. Tash.
Antoine? Antoine!
Yes? Yes, the Blight samples.
Oh, dude.
They're like nothing we've seen, or anything in the Warden records. And I almost hear voices in it. The gods calling the Blight.
I can't hear anything. But if you believe me...
We knew things were bad. But if the Blight's being called, the situation's more unpredictable than we thought. We need to...
I give you two reign, and this is where it leads. Chasing Rook's lies.
First Warden...
Stay away from the Blight and the Wardens. How many times must you be told?
You don't scare me as a shadow dragon. We really found something. How should I know until I get through to you? We really found something, I think.
Okay, but we've found evidence. Evka and Antoine...
Are too easily distracted.
Rook knew something was wrong.
I can hear it in the samples. The gods. They're telling the truth. The Blight has changed. And that changes everything.
It changes nothing. Your sensitivity to Blight is useful, Warden Antoine. But you've had more than one snake in your ear.
We can work together.
No one here wants Blight to spread. We can work together.
You're in no place to make offers. You tampered with a ritual that unleashed Blight. You did not know what you were doing then, and you don't now.
If gods control the Blight, we need to change how we approach it.
Archdemons control Blight, and we'd sense if one had risen. We'd make the sacrifices needed to fight it.
But
The Blight has increased. Now is not the time to lose focus. Wardens Evka and Antoine, are you sworn to combat the Blight?
Yes, but...
Then report back to Weishaupt and do so.
That went poorly, even for a talk with him.
I'm sorry you're in trouble.
It's my fault you're in trouble.
He's never really liked us.
So much for convincing the Wardens.
We can't give you the order, but you have us.
We'll keep tracking the Darkspawn and the Blight. We'll do what we can.
And if we learn the gods' plans, you will too.
I'm worried about him being taken over.
The elven god of monsters had been hard at work. She'd taken the Darkspawn and made them so much worse. Now, she and Elganon had their glorious new army. The risen gods were ready. And they had just the target.
Oh, they're not going to go for Weishaupt, are they? I really hope they don't go for Weishaupt, because the Grey Wardens got fucked. That's it. Antoine and Evka tried to convince the First Warden that the Blight was changed and the gods were responsible, but he refused to listen. It wasn't the outcome they wanted, but they weren't giving up there. Though ordered back to Weishaupt, Antoine and Evka promised to keep investigating the Blight and send word if they learned anything more.
He finally agrees to meet for a report, then he all but calls you a liar.
I think you were included in that.
Thanks.
You need to head back to Weishaupt.
Soon. We can risk a small delay before we're missed.
We'll continue helping here for a while, and help you on the way if we can.
Do I have... Davrin. He's got 2 points. I'm putting him into tank mode, aren't I? Right. So I haven't really put anything into anything. The only thing I wanted was the tank thing, and I've put all of his points into it. Okay. In war victory, grants invulnerable for a short period. More of that then. When the effect ends, recover 20% of your health. Yeah. I like you, Davrin. We're friends. I want to smooch you. I've got a point available. We are working towards burst, I believe. We have this. Upgrades blast abilities, upgrades strike abilities. Now, blast is the heavy on the Y or triangle, and strike is the X, right? Takedown damage plus 15%. Staff energy charge rate plus 20%. That'll do. We're level 31 already, dude. I haven't even gone into a specialization, and I probably never will. Just work my way around the thing. Is there nothing else here then? Or is it... because, I mean, we did a fairly decent job of exploring all of this. Yeah. So... everyone is weak as piss, and I'm not really sure how to get my... I think I just go to Docktown and talk to Morrigan about the Blight. I mean, she was there. Meet Morrigan at the Cobbled Swan. I think the first warden is panicking.
Operation going here in Docktown. It's astounding.
Dory.
No,
Nev's case notes. Maveris Talani. Maveris Talani was kicked from the Magisterium over a year ago for treason. Allegedly, her faction, the Lucerni, supported the movement to grant greater rights for non-mages and slaves. They went silent. Silent, but maybe not gone. Talani may be working behind the scenes with allies still in Minrathous. Dorian Pavus, another Lucerni founder, still has his Magisterium seat. Could Talani have taken the fall to keep Magister Pavus clean? The Vesperians, another highborn family, have ties to House Talani. Corrimer Vesperian is a traditionalist, but... I'm so unwell at the moment. But his... Sorry, chill just went down my spine. His youngest son, his youngest succeeded Urian Nihilus to become Imperial Divine Lofty Rule. But he spoke in support of the Lucerni, at least until their fall. I think my brain tuned out while I was reading this nonsense. Corrimer Vesperian is a traditionalist, but his youngest son, his youngest succeeded... his youngest succeeded Urian Nihilus to become the Imperial Divine Lofty Role. But, yeah. And there's evidence that funding for the various slave rebellions may have come through members of the Dwarven Ambassadoria. Talani's always had allies in the Ambassadoria. Is it her gold that's going to the rebellions? We haven't met the Dwarven faction yet. Oh, I'm hoping... Well, there was a Dwarven faction, because we could have been a dwarf.
I'm actually being genuine this time.
Oh. Thank you.
Hey, bub.
Good to see you.
So, I guess we meet Morrigan at the Cobbled Swan.
Check the back for me.
In a moment.
Always good to see you in here, Rook.
That doesn't get me. Crystallize rune. That was a legendary rune. Doesn't get me anything though. How do I get strength?
Come back anytime. New wares today, just for you.
I don't know. I'm going to buy something. I'll upgrade that. That doesn't get me anything. I'm 1 point. 1 point.
Keep safe out there.
I'll fucking try, love. Who have I got with me? Have I got the right squad? I don't think I have got the right squad. I think I need to go over here and get Nev in my party. That's Balara, not Nev. So Nev detonates Sundered. So who applies Sundered? Haven't had Lucanus for a while. Haven't had Ned for a while. I do what I can with what I've got. Let's head to the Cobbled Swan. It's not the Hanged Man, but it'll do.
Please, go on. Nev, those civil engineers you sent from Minrathis are a great help.
Who said that was me?
They went directly to Treviso's southern lock gates, which I remember mentioning to you the other day.
Look, I was owed a favor, and I've got nothing for an engineer to do. Now everything's square.
Whatever the reason, thank you.
A well-made weapon will never...
I don't know why I'm buying these valuable items. What do you do with the valuable items? I don't know. Maybe we'll never know.
Please.
Let's head to the...
We're not alone.
Hello?
Work, Nev.
Watch for Venatori. They're everywhere.
Yeah, I know. Just like shredded a dude. So we've never been down here before?
Ready when you are.
We have been here before.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Take them down.
Worthless fodder.
We have been down here. What are you fucking on about? You drunk... No, look, there's a bit of map there that we haven't got either. Fuck's that about?
Made it through that one.
Only because I am unbearably attractive. Didn't we have all of this on? I swear. Obviously not. I've obviously fucked up somehow. But I could have sworn. Oh, we couldn't get in there because that was the cafe, right? It's the cafe we're not allowed in. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Okay, ignore that. Ignore this shit. I'm not interested. Meet at the Cobbled Swan.
And
Hey,
now
yeah.
a dragon. What's happening to this city? I wish there was something I
The
could
team
do.
pursues leads that reveal disturbing information about the spread of the Bright, but also gains some unexpected aid. Start conversation. Apparently it was with Harding. I don't know why it's with Harding.
Why did Morgan want to meet in Minrathous? Isn't she helping the Veil Jumpers in Arlathan?
Indeed. But today we have a guest, and she needed the anonymity that only a city provides.
Well, look who it is.
Good to see you, Lace.
Oh, that's
You remember
Kamani,
how Varric and I served the Inquisition?
who I couldn't recreate
Well,
properly.
This is Inquisitor Llewellyn, the woman who led us all.
Harding knows everyone.
How many famous people do you know, Harding? Should I expect the Divine to show up?
She also served in the Inquisition, but we didn't talk much.
Morgan and Harding have told me about what you've accomplished since taking over for Varric. You've put together an impressive team, and you've got the best chance, maybe the only chance, to stop Elgar'nan and Gillenane.
Can I look at your arm, Kamani? Because you lost your arm at the end of the last game. I don't know if we can.
We've been doing what we can, but I'll be honest. Right now, it feels like we're in over our heads.
You've already faced setbacks. You'll face more. Your actions will have consequences.
Have you seen the blight all over Treviso? We know all about consequences.
Such thinking is a trap you can ill afford. Treviso was blighted because of Elgar'nan and Gillenane, but Minrathous was saved because of you.
I wasn't ready to become the Inquisitor. I wasn't ready to have to choose between helping Templars or mages, or decide the fate of every Grey Warden in southern Thedas. Eventually, when the choices I made caught up with me, I disbanded the Inquisition rather than let it turn into another problem. Maybe someday you'll face the same situation. But I'm asking you not to worry about that future until we have one. Right now, we need you to stop the gods.
All right, I'll do my best.
And while you do so, Rook, the Inquisitor will do her best to ensure that the rest of the world remains intact. A daunting prospect, given that most of the South is under siege by Darkspawn.
It's that bad?
If not for the Inquisitor, the South would have collapsed completely. She has not been idle while you assembled your team.
See, this is very... Remember when Kamani met Hawk? This is like that. How are you here?
If the South is in such turmoil, why come up here just to talk? And how did you get here so fast?
Did you think you were the only one to unlock the secrets of the Eluvians?
Morgan helped the Inquisition use the Eluvians to travel.
While I lack the Dreadwolf's Viravus, I may still scurry between the walls of this world to be where I might do the most good. The Inquisitor asked to meet you, and I thought it might help you to meet her.
Tell me about the South.
I thought the gods were mostly active up here. It's really that bad in the South?
Elgar'nan and Gillenane have indeed restricted their activities to the north. But the forces they deployed to the south, the strange new Darkspawn, have spread fear and corruption greater than any blight in history.
Darkspawn have cut through the center of Orlais. Valroyo and Halamsharal are barely holding out. Ferelden would have fallen already if not for help from Orzammar. With Denerim lost, the Fereldans are holding the line at Redcliffe. The Free Marches have the worst of it. Acting Viscount Aveline Valen led the evacuation of Kirkwall.
Oh.
She's taking her people and what's left of her army to help Prince Vale keep Starkhaven.
Maker, we didn't know. My ma...
Don't worry. I called in a favor with the Divine. Your mother's safe with some old friends.
Thank you.
The Inquisition might be gone, but my name still carries some weight. I've used it to get people working together where they can. Again, the South is my problem, not yours, Rook. You stop the gods, and I'll make sure the rest of Thedas doesn't fall to the blight.
I need your spies, I need your connections, I need Nami. I need your connections.
I've been having trouble getting people in authority to listen to us. If you help with some of your political strength...
My political strength? Tevinter hates me. The Venatori helped make sure of that. And while I have a few friends in the Wardens, their leadership hasn't much cared for me since we clashed at Adamant Fortress.
The Inquisitor did not come all this way to leave you with empty words, however. She brought something no one else could.
A wolf statuette. We've found others like it in the crossroads. Where'd you find yours?
I found it right around the time Solas's ritual failed, when he was pulled into the Fade. We've examined the magic, and it's tied to the Veil. To him. Somehow.
Solas is ancient, and his magic is part of him in a way far beyond that of mortals. I suggest you take it to the crossroads and see if something in the lighthouse calls to it. Perhaps it will yield some insight into your new ally.
Good. I don't trust him.
I appreciate it. Solas has been helpful while he's trapped in the Fade. But anything that can help me get inside his head will help counter him getting inside mine.
Wisely spoken. Solas rarely lies directly, but he finds ways to weave the truth into a noose you find yourself wearing.
Morgan is right. Solas is dangerous. Anything that gives us some insight into his plans... He fooled us all before, and the whole world nearly paid the price for it.
We should go, Inquisitor. The armies in the south need you.
Right. Harding, stay sharp. You're my eyes in the north.
Always, Inquisitor.
Rook, good luck. If I come across anything else that can help, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you.
Not quite as cool as when we met Hawk. I'm wondering if the Inquisitor can die.
We should take a break. Head back to the lighthouse for a bit.
No! No! Check in with the team. No. Ah, shit. No, that's bad news bears all around. Do not want. I don't really care about the chests, to be honest. Companions, Nav. She's still not got a keepsake. Okay. What have I got? I've got new gems. I'd rather put passives in. Yeah. Miscellaneous. Letter to Dorian. Sparkler, thanks to the book recommendations, the library in the Viscount's Keep could use a little more class. Kirkwall has been calmer since I got back from my trip to see old friends in Orlais. The end of the Inquisition flooded the free marches with able-bodied ex-soldiers looking for work and warmer weather. Suddenly I have more hands than I have shit to fix or things to fight. It's a good problem to have. Of course, a third of them still secretly work for Charter, but I'll put up with it. Some of the spies are better craftsmen than the craftsmen. Leliana always did have an eye for talent. Give May my love, would you? It'll be a while before I can make a trip to Minrathous again, and she's the only family I've got left that I'm still speaking to. Varric. So I just go back to the lighthouse? Yeah, I think I just go back to the lighthouse at this point. I've got super bosses and just go back to the lighthouse. Cannot access the high Enderfells. It sounds like there's going to be a high dragon in the high Enderfells. That would be cool. I don't want to fight corrupted dragons, I just want to fight burly angry dragons.
Rook, just got word. First Warden's calling everyone back to Weishaupt.
Oh, fuck.
Everyone except me, seems like. Guess the first warden didn't like me joining your team.
Calling wardens back from all over Thedas is a big step. Did he give any reason why?
Not exactly, but I've heard rumors of a massive darkspawn horde on the move. Even hearing there's an archdemon with them.
We need to warn them.
We need to warn the wardens. Let them know what's coming.
Agreed. Rook, if the gods have an archdemon, Warden lore says archdemons only show up during a blight. Doesn't say anything about elven gods. Seems like the rules have changed, and we're going in blind. We need to know what we're up against.
I'll talk to Solas. See if he knows anything about any of this. Make sure the others are ready to move.
Have I done enough? I don't understand how to get my power up better. There has to be a way. There has to be a way. Message from the front, the fight for the south. Rook, though the circumstances prompting our meeting were perhaps not what either of us would have chosen, I'm glad we did meet. I'd heard of you from Varric, of course, and Harding spoke and continues to speak highly of you. However, the greatest vote of confidence came from Morrigan. She's always had a knack for spotting those who might shift the foundations of the world, even if they don't know it yet. So it was she who suggested we meet, and as always, heeding her counsel proved to be the wisest decision. Unfortunately, I send grim tidings. The echoes of Solas' ritual and the escape of the gods ring across the south, and the smell of war is heavy in the air. In Orlais, a splinter faction of the nobility has made common cause with the Venatori and launched an assault on both the royal forces of Orlais and the border keeps of Fen'Harel. Excuse me while I yawn. I'm not bored with the game, I'm tired and sick. And at this point, the only thing that cheers me up is Dragon Age. So, unarmed corsairs harass shipping out of Ostwick and the far southern wilds. Blight has emerged once more. Darkspawn in greater numbers have been spotted near the ruins of Ostergau. There's barely any Darkspawn in the last game, so this is the Darkspawn game. But I told you to leave the south to me, and I stand by that. I share this news not to ask for help, but to remind you that you and your people are not alone. The gods stir up the greatest evils in Thedas, yet its people stand stalwart and resolute. Take care of the gods in the north, and I'll make sure that the south handles itself. When this is all over, we'll drink to victory. First round's on me. Yours, the Inquisitor. You could have written Kamani Llewellyn. Talk to Solas. Before we talk to Solas then, okay. Emmerich wants to talk, Balara wants to talk, Tash wants to talk, Nev and Lucanus are talking, Davrin wants to talk, Harding wants to talk. God, everyone wants to fucking talk. Good. And I'm glad they have a little thing that tells me.
Abundance.
Right, everyone wants to talk. What do you want, Tash?
Why do you run around in fancy mage clothes?
Because I like them?
You're barely even wearing a shirt.
You fight Anton with a bare midriff.
Everything all right?
We're fine. Just trading fashion tips. So what I wear is a problem for you?
It's not. It's just... why dress like that? Are you trying to make your mother happy?
Talk to us, Tash. Your mother said something. Tash, leave Nev alone. Talk to us.
Tosh, what's going on? Something is clearly bothering you.
My bet's on mothers and dresses.
It's just something my mother said the other day. And I act more like a man than a woman.
And you feel like you should wear dresses to make her happy?
No. Can you imagine me in a dress? I'd look stupider than I'd look stupid.
Canary can wear dresses. We can stop if you want. No, you wouldn't. It's not about the dress. It's not about the dress.
This isn't about the dress, is it?
No, it's... I don't know. She always says stuff like that. About how I dress, how I act.
And?
It feels... right. When she says I act more like a man. It feels right. Why does it feel right?
Tosh, do you like being a woman?
Nobody likes being a woman.
Ah.
This is stupid. Forget I said anything.
I need you functional! So it's about womanhood, we're here to help, you're getting there. More. Reaction to being trans or non-binary. Ah! Wicked.
I used to tell myself things that sound like what you're saying. I felt wrong in my own skin. I didn't know why. I figured everyone felt like that, so I pushed it away and tried not to think about it. Until one day I finally realized what was wrong. I'd grown up in this box the world made for me. This is what a man is. This is what a woman is. But I wasn't a man and I wasn't a woman. I was me.
So, what? You just changed?
I was uncertain for a while.
No, it took a long time to get there. I was afraid to admit I might be wrong about something as simple as whether I was a man or a woman. So I did little things. I changed my hair, my clothes. I wasn't deciding anything, just trying it out. I followed things that felt right, and eventually what felt right was who I am now.
And you're saying I'm like you?
One of the first things you told me was, you don't get to tell me who I am. Whether you're like me or dealing with some other pain, well, only you can figure that out.
Okay. I'll try. And thanks for telling me about you.
Anytime.
She is literally a petulant teenager. Is that what all the fuss has been about this entire time? Because I swear to God, if you guys are crying because there's a kid alt, I mean, I'm aware there's a kid alt. And we can... He's going to tell me to fuck off, right?
Rook, I'd rather be left with my thoughts.
Oh. Remember rivalry romances? Remember that?
Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Please do. I need to hear an actual voice now and then.
I'm here to
Can't
flirt.
imagine why.
I'm starting to dream that I'm a griffin. Squawk.
Dream big.
Keep dreaming. It's good to have goals in life.
The real dream is getting him to take a nap. So what brings you by?
Just curious, really. Wondering what it's like being a Grey Warden.
Yep.
They've always been these legendary warriors living apart from the world.
Yep, that's what I would have said.
I spent time with people who were bad right up till they took their vow.
How so?
Weishaupt is the last stop for the wrong sort. If you're facing prison or worse, you can always join the Grey Wardens and take your chances with the Blight.
So, hands up on this one. When we... the Dragon Age Inquisition playthrough that's on the channel, it's the only time I've ever played Inquisition because it's such a massive RPG. Like this one, I'll probably never play this again. Enjoying the fuck out of it. Probably only play it once, and this is going to be my canon run. If there's another Dragon Age, I'll follow it on in my head from here. There was a character named Blackwall, and he was part of the Wardens, and I exiled the Wardens, and he said, oh no, do you want me to stay? And I exiled him too. Apparently he wasn't a Grey Warden, he was lying about who he was, and I only found it out from reading about it on Reddit. And I was like, oh, well, I missed an entire character's plot. I mean, I also missed the Elf's plot, but... we got 3... I joined the Wardens, I prefer prison. We can ask about them though. So yeah, but he wasn't a Grey Warden. I never found that out, because I exiled them all, told them all to fuck off. Tell me about Weishaupt.
I've heard about Weishaupt. Never been there.
It's a giant fortress and home of the Grey Wardens. It's been standing for as long as anyone remembers. At least since the first Blight.
Does it have floating buildings like the lighthouse?
No, but things float up from the latrines.
Fun bunch you hang out with.
The wrong sort have their charm.
Who are the wrong sort?
And just how, wrong are the wrong sort?
Thieves, brigands, pirates, and the odd murderer now and then.
Sounds fun, right up to the murdering.
At least now they're murdering Darkspawn.
Why is the First Warden angry?
Has your First Warden always been, well,
a stubborn bastard?
One way of putting it.
He means well, in his own way. He's old-fashioned. Tradition is everything. Keeps us disciplined. We never deviate from it.
He'll have to. Elgranon and Gillenane won't play by his rules.
If he even believes in them. The man doesn't have much imagination. Even the right sort can be the wrong sort.
So is he... this First Warden, is this not the guy... I don't remember him from Inquisition. And I remember exiling them, because I remember Kamani having a go at every single Warden. And telling him to get the fuck out of my galaxy. Anyway, I'm going to flirt with him. You're not like that.
You don't seem the wrong sort.
No one's born a hero.
You're really selling it.
It gets better. When Darkspawn threaten a village, when innocent people are in danger, then we swoop in, swords held high, armor gleaming, while 100 faces look to us for salvation. And they all live to see the sunrise because of what we do.
Okay. Now I get it.
Best part is the Warden fighting alongside you. Maybe they've done some bad things in the past. But after that day, it's different. There's some honor in their life where there wasn't before. Nothing like seeing redemption happen before your eyes.
Criminals are criminals. I hope it lasts. Everyone deserves that.
We all need that chance. Put past sins to right.
It makes the Warden stronger to have people in our ranks who've lived in the shadows. When the storm comes, you don't want farmers and florists fighting archdemons. It takes the wrong sort to put the world right.
Kind of like us, I suppose.
Minus the skeleton butler.
I don't know. Manfred the Warden. Has a ring to it.
How about we quit while we're ahead? See you around.
Because weren't they all corrupted? Wasn't it? I didn't replay or rewatch. I never watched my own shit. I didn't catch up on... Hey, Hassan. On Inquisition. I'm just going on the last time I played it. And I obviously remember the choices I made because I told all the Wardens to fuck off. Get the hell out of my galaxy. I was very specific. Harding. That looks like a quest marker, so we'll talk to Balara. Because that's a chat. That's Nev. Damn it. I'll probably learn the layout of this place right when the Let's Play ends. Assuming I'm still alive.
I cannot say.
Who created you?
I cannot say.
What can you say?
I cannot say.
Right. Deserve that.
Got the archive spirit working, I see.
Rook, you're here. And I did. Sort of. A little bit. It appears, but it won't tell me anything.
You simply ask the wrong questions. A common affliction of the weak-minded.
Also that. It's kind of mean.
Insult it back.
Just insult it right back. Assuming you know how to insult a spirit.
I've never thought about it. How would you do that? Emmerich might know. That is an idea. Syrian learned a lot, taught me a lot about these archives. They have, well, not thoughts like us, but sort of pathways, I guess. They can only respond to specific questions worded in specific ways. So, if you're powerful, like almost God-level powerful, how would you talk to someone you see as lesser?
Condescendingly, it seems.
Really condescendingly, based on experience so far.
Right! You wouldn't ask questions, you'd tell them what to do, so let's try that. Archive, tell me who built you.
One of the greatest of Elvenan, a steward of her glory. Truly, I was blessed to bathe in his warmth. Anaris built me, and to him I shall someday return.
You mean the Forgotten One?
I cannot say.
Good point. It came later.
What came later?
What do you mean by it came later?
Oh, I meant later after Elvenon fell. We didn't call them the Forgotten Ones till after that. They were the bad gods. Disease, pestilence, weren't supposed to speak their names. Not like the good gods, you know, Elgernon, Gillenane. But now we know the truth about the Evanuris. So we don't know for sure what the Forgotten Ones were, I mean. They used to say Solas was one, so best case scenario, like him. Worst case, well, you heard it talk.
Right. So this thing's dangerous if it belonged to one of them.
Could be, but still important and invaluable. Everything Anaris knew, this thing knows, and my people deserve to know. If I can get it to tell me.
Ask about Solas.
Archive. Tell me about the Dreadwolf.
An ideologue and a fool who will soon pay the price. When Anaris dispatches the Evanuris, he will spare a thought for Fen'Harel.
Ask about the Evanuris.
Archive. Tell me about the Evanuris.
A group of cowards, hiding behind their more powerful magic and superior numbers. Their jealousy of Anaris was palpable. Their war is unending.
Sweet.
But Anaris will prevail.
Do what you need to do.
You have a chance to learn more about your people. Go for it. Just be careful and try not to break anything.
Right. Thanks, Rook.
All thanks must be given to Anaris, for he will cast down the oppressive Evanuris and take his rightful place.
What a shame I can't stay longer. Good luck.
Appreciate the support.
Fucking, basically, she's got elven Clippy. She's got elven Clippy, that's ridiculous. Right, anyone else want to say words? Emmerich has an exclamation mark and Harding has an exclamation mark. Debatably, considering everything's falling, Harding might be worried about her ma. Her ma!
Any luck tracking down your mystery friend?
The Shaper didn't like me asking about Shaper Valta. Or harassing people with talk of dwarven magic.
Should have done more than talk.
Wish we had time to head down there and show them what you can do.
I don't think that would have helped.
But think how satisfying it would be.
Yeah. What's satisfying about being thrown in a Deep Roads prison? Orzammar takes its heritage very seriously.
So what now?
I was thinking, the voice said look to those closest to the stone. What if she never meant Orzammar?
Where I go?
Huh?
There is another great Tig, the original capital of the dwarves, Kalsharak. It was lost during the First Blight, and its people survived in isolation for hundreds of years. They re-emerged, some 20 years ago?
And you think they're closer to the stone?
Orzammar can't help. What have I got to lose?
Let's talk about Kalsharak.
I'm curious about Kalsharak's isolation.
The dwarves took heavy losses during the First Blight. To stop the Darkspawn from overrunning them, they closed off passages in the Deep Roads. Those that could retreated to Orzammar. Kalsharak was lost. They abandoned the city and its people, sealed them away with the Darkspawn.
That's awful.
There must have been another way. What they did was monstrous.
Can you imagine being trapped, knowing death was coming?
Ugh, but they didn't die. The rumors...
That the dwarves of Kalsharak had to change to survive? No one's really sure what that means exactly.
When we find them, you can ask.
Oh god, I can't remember that. Shale. Maybe Shale is still around.
Are you sure Orzammar isn't hiding something?
Pressing them for information would be tricky. I could anger someone important. If Kal Sharok doesn't turn out, I can go back to poking at Orzammar. But not before then.
Then what do we do?
How do we get in touch with these Kal Sharok dwarves?
Already working on it. You don't spend 10 years in the Inquisition without making contacts. I should have a meeting set up by the time we're ready to leave.
Sweet. Plot's moving on, kids. Just don't go to the wardens. don't go to the wardens. Who else wants to talk? Just our good old friend Emmerich, who's going to tell us something about the dead and some kind of personal quest he has put to one side for us because it's a BioWare game. I'm surprised I actually went to the right room then.
Rook, interested in visiting the Memorial Gardens?
What are you up to?
I must tend to some rites in the necropolis. It should be peaceful and quite undisturbed. You'd be most welcome company.
Walking the graves? Okay, I'll do that. How do I world map? Return to the necropolis. Where is the necropolis? It's here. Take Mr. Emmerich. And just take Mechanis. Who hates me because I killed his city. Go on a date with the old man. Should do that more often. The gardens, you say? Whoa! Is that a rage demon?
Get back! I'm ready again.
I'm not. That is a rage demon. Jesus Christ. Bloody hell, old boy, that was a bit much. I just came for a fucking date. You invited me as well. I still don't know what that wisp does, by the way. I had thought maybe it'd bring something here, but... No, it's lit. I don't need to light any candles. Zemex performs rituals to honor the dead of the Grand Necropolis. The senior necromancer opens up about his past. Alright, win me over, Bone Daddy.
Thank you again for coming. My duties include tending to these rites of remembrance. Excellent. Manfred found his way down. Very good, Manfred.
He sounds excited.
I thought we'd start the rites here. A tableau of the dead.
I don't like Manfred, by the way.
173 years ago. These lives were flickers against the ages, precious, fragile, and finite. Now they serve as a warning. Don't linger overlong in the gloom. Live with grace and fervor while you may.
Still getting a lot of gloom. This is so creepy. This is so neat. Solid lesson. Solid lesson.
No one's gonna seize the day for you.
Just so. That one's livelier. Here. Who were you when you breathed above?
This body was a tailor's, a mother's. She laughed and taught and wove the robes kings wore when they were crowned.
Tja. Someone must realign her thoracic vertebrae. I hope the novices are inspecting the displays.
It'd only be right.
Seems disrespectful to abandon something you built.
Precisely. No wonder there's been an uptick in hauntings.
Wait, what?
Let's continue.
So what now?
We light candles in remembrance of the dead.
So is this a whole extra area? Yes, this is behind the door. Oh, brilliant.
Would you care to light the candle, Rook?
Okay. Ah.
Look at this. The last tomb of the Tannhausens. A very influential family in the Storm Age.
We broke the bones of dragons.
A posthumous motto. Their last heir met his match against a Highland Ravager.
Death by dragon? I'm surprised there was enough to bury.
Do you know, I never expected that the door we found back in the Vault of the Beloved would lead here.
So the necropolis actually shuffles its rooms around?
From time to time. Very unlikely to happen while we're inside a chamber. Could you light the next candle?
As long as I don't go to Vice Help, I'm fine, right?
Aha! One of my favorite flowers! A variegated weeping widower.
You know your plants.
Alchemy is my hobby. It's a break from teaching spirit calling and theoretical applied metaphysics.
Bet you'd love some of the books the Shadow Dragons, liberated from a few magisters.
This way, Rook.
You were right about the gardens being peaceful.
The necropolis has its dangers, but these places are a refuge for the dead.
How many people are buried here anyway?
Excellent question. We rarely should take a new census.
Examining the graves?
Okay, cool. I'm not sure about this Manfred thing.
You'll need to light these candles as well. Open your hearts to the final day, companion of all the ages. I was pleasantly surprised by your respect for our undead tableau earlier, Rook. I'm beginning to think people outside Navarra find the necropolis a little unnerving.
Shadow dragons are used to weird architecture. More skulls here, though.
The spirits gather. Only a few more candles. Follow me.
Yeah, I don't really see the difference between this and all the dungeoneering we do in Dragon Age. There's a wisp.
Ah, look here.
Hey?
Hi? Should I say hi?
It's curious about you. We're also enjoying the gardens, but we've one last ritual ahead. On your way, my friend.
Spirits really are your specialty.
I've always had a rapport with them. Even as a child, they were my companions.
After you started training here?
After I was orphaned.
Oh.
A collapsed building, swift deaths. After the funeral, the Watchers took me in.
Down here? Sorry about your parents. Lucky you turned out a mage. I'm so sorry about your parents.
Belated condolences, if that's worth anything.
Always. We move on, as we must, but those long nights linger about the shadows.
Yep.
How did you deal with it?
I didn't. When I first arrived here, I was terrified.
And you still joined the Watchers?
They're what saved me. Come, the next set of graves lies ahead.
I think this might be the most fun I've had yet. I much prefer this to fight the same shitty boss with a shield.
Please, light the next candles if you would. There's much to recommend about the rhythm of a ceremony. It eases our worst hours. As a boy, the Watcher's rituals were exactly what I needed to steady my days with purpose.
And some death magic?
Well, every young mage needs a speciality.
True.
All this pageantry, this magnificent gloom and its rites. I ask you, Rook, what is it for?
It's gotta be the living, right?
Yes, exactly, exactly. This place is an abundance of history, of magic, of memories. The Watchers preserve it so the living may draw comfort from those who've gone before. We must get to the candle, please, Manfred.
You told Harding that Manfred used to be a wisp until you gave him a body.
Yes, he's taken so well to it, haven't you, Manfred? Here are the last candles you'll need to light.
Here's where we find out you tricked me into binding myself
Once
to something.
you're ready, we'll need to ring the bell. Let the rites be acknowledged. Our bonds seen and sealed. We honor the listening spirits.
Hail Satan. Hello, friends.
Hail from the abyss.
We witness, good watcher, faith kept in all our hearts.
What was,
The necropolis hosts many spirits. We thank these guardians for their protection and friendship. We'll need to ring the bell once more to close out the departing ceremony.
Cool. I'm really hoping I wasn't supposed to have, missed anything.
So, you were really afraid of this place as a child?
It wasn't the necropolis itself, but what was draped around it. Have you ever been frightened by the thought of dying, Rook?
Of course, like most people.
Hasn't everyone from time to time?
When I was younger, it happened more often than that.
Necromancer who's scared of death.
That's when I discovered I possess a great terror of dying. It goes beyond dread. Can't be reasoned with or soothed over. It comes without warning. In the dead of night, sunlit streets, a raw, strangling fear struck somewhere deep past the heart.
That's an issue for a necromancer.
Oddly, I discovered I wasn't alone. I debated this fear with friends. I argued with teachers. Yet, it lingered.
Tea.
Manfred's right. That's maudlin enough. There are struggles, but a watcher should always find peace amongst the graves. And what sort of host would I be if we didn't end with some light refreshment?
Anything for Manfred, trying to impress, I like it. That's very thoughtful. In a graveyard. Trying to impress, I like it.
Did you set all this up to make a good impression?
Of course not. I was only...
Because it's working.
Then it's my pleasure to share the
flirt with everyone, I
of
told
this
you.
Place with you.
Apart from the one guy who hates me. Walking the graves. While performing rites in the necropolis, Emmerich confessed that he's always been haunted by a fear of his own mortality. I've got a keepsake. The rites brought him peace, however, and left him with an even greater resolve to face the perils of the world above. And have we accessed this entire section of the map? Ah, there is a beacon. I gotta head over to the beacon, kids. Loot this place. Failure. Each cutting withers when I attempt to replant it above the necropolis. Somewhere along the ages we created soil that breeds plants poisoned by the sun. What a pity. Would have enjoyed a cluster of moon lilies in my little potted garden. Fire on the sands above. Stirs the breath and paints the sky. Insects flock in golden vaults. Shepherds wake and red hawks cry. Yeah, I want to get to the beacon.
Need your expertise, Emmerich. I wonder what this is about.
Frost blown dark before the dawn, sightless gulf of endless sleep, no sound murmurs through the mind, nothing turns within the deep.
It's a meditative puzzle on the echoes of our actions.
You know the solution?
It needs to be discovered if it's to have any meaning.
All right.
Cool. Cool. And that leads back, and yes, okay, that makes a lot more sense. And should be on a higher tier. Right, we're going to be exploring the necropolis more next time, if anyone was wondering what we were planning to do.
Allow me.
Laughing used in noonday shade, clasp the harvest hand in hand, find the shrouded lover's kiss, pluck the lily from the land.
Let's try this again.
Right. Yeah. I think I understand what you want, friend. I don't understand everything. But I think I understand what the wisps want. The only thing I don't understand is I think that's going to appear when we do something, but we'll gather our party, take the Morn Watcher and the Crow. That should save. Yes. And we can save. Because I haven't saved since we were in a pit of blight ages ago.